Hey everyone, happy Sunday. We're back with a new round of New World Sim Racing Pint Series. Round, what is this? 58?
Series
600?
36.
Sure. Round 1550. You're all stuck in this eternal hell of sim racing with us. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. It's round 3, Kyalami. This should be exciting. I think this is a day race, unlike the last one, which was a night race, which
It's
kind
going
of
to be a
threw
4
some,
p.m.
yeah, threw some people off last week, from what I've seen. But this one should be good. I think a couple of people here really, really love this track. I know Ferris is very comfortable on it. Alvarado, of course, we don't really talk about him. He's comfortable on every single track in this game.
This is Tiago's favorite track, and he is currently in practice, P3.
Yeah, Mr. Sandman, who was actually about to not race today, joining us last night for our 24 hours of lemons, where, well, let's just say it was hot.
Yeah. If you've ever driven on the surface of the sun, that's about what it was like.
So it looks like we're about to be done with free practice. I'm just going to hop over to qualifying as Tiago stops right in the middle of the track.
As you do.
As you do, yep. So as that ticks over, let us take a look at some standings here. So first we got standings for the AM class up on the screen. So we got Bruce Hopkins with, well, leading the AM class with 316 points, winning both races so far in his class. So good on Bruce. Bjorn Durand, P2, Scott Chin, P3. That's actually like to see that. I think he was one of the slower people a couple of seasons ago, but he's kind of grown quite a lot. Peter Boostron right in the middle of the pack at P4. Christian Valenzuela, one of our newcomers this, I'm about to say year again, this season in P5. Dorcius in P6, Keith Brubaker, P7, and then last but not least, Ryan Cody, who actually has 0 points, so I don't think he's participated so far.
Yeah, he's missed the races so far.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you mentioned Scott Chin. He's missed a couple series. I don't think he took part in the last one. I know he was in one of the first couple of them, and he was one of the guys towards the back of the field. So it's good to see him up there in podium contention.
Yeah, so far he's done really well in the first couple of races, so hopefully he can keep that going. Same with Bruce. I mean, I know he's gotten very, very quick recently. He's been practicing quite a lot. But let's see what they do in qualifying. So first is the AMs. 30-minute qualifying, 10 minutes for each split, 3 splits, AM, Silver, and Pro. AMs go first. They get the benefit of having a green track. Kind of cruel if you ask me, but what do I know? And first on track is Keith Brubaker from the looks of it. So I know in Discord a couple of days ago he was saying that he's not too comfortable with this track. He hasn't driven it a lot. Hopefully he's got some time to put some practice in last night.
Yeah, I just want to see Keith make it through a race. He's had some connection issues the first 2 rounds. I think he dropped out of Bathurst, which was week 1. I think he disconnected twice, and then he had some connection issues again last week at Suzuka. So let's hope that he can stick in there for the full hour.
Yeah, you hate to see those disconnect issues, especially if you're having a decent race.
Yeah, he's a newer driver, and this is, I believe, his 3rd race without the ideal racing line on, which can teach you some bad habits. So, but he's been out there practicing and getting some tips from some of the faster guys. I don't know if he's been listening because he just drove off the track.
I can't tell if that's a cat in the background or the brake squealing on my audio. Of the
Is that
cars on
my...
track.
I have a cat that might be whining at my door, which I can deal with if needed.
When you say deal with, you mean feed it, right?
They've already been fed. They're just very, very needy kittens.
Typical.
And when I race, I lock them out of my room because I don't want them to get squished underneath my pedals. But when they hear my voice, they just whine at my door.
Oh. Nobody whines at my door when they hear my voice, so I'm jealous. So I think Keith actually might have invalidated his hot lap. I saw he went wide a couple of corners back. So I don't know if that's going to be a valid lap for him. And he has Peter Boostron right behind him. Yeah, he just went off track there. So
yeah, he's having a couple issues there.
Not too comfortable with this track just yet. So Peter, as of now, is the first of the hot laps.
Yeah, you mentioned about the AMs getting the green track and how it doesn't really seem fair, but I've heard the argument made that a green track versus an optimum track is not going to affect the amateur drivers as much because they're not driving as on the limit as a pro driver would be.
Yeah,
so it's not going to affect their time as much as it would a pro who needs every little bit of grip they can to squeeze every little performance out of that car.
Yeah, and I think that's somewhat true. I mean, I don't think somebody who's not comfortable, don't want to pick on Keith here, but I don't think to him it's going to matter whether it's a green track or fast or optimum. You know?
It does suck though, but
yeah, it does teach him how to probably be maybe a little more cautious as they go around and
more throttle control and control your inputs and things like that. We got Bruce fixing to come across the line. I'm interested to see where he ends up. Oh, Bruce into P2. Surprising.
Yeah, this track has historically favored the Audis quite a bit. So I'm not that surprised to see an Audi up on top early. Which is why I fully expect a good result out of Thiago today, and Ferris, for that matter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the mid-engine cars here do quite well. There's a lot of medium speed corners that, if you have a car that can rotate really well, it helps you a lot.
Yeah, that's something that you fast guys would know. For me, it's just, oh, this car's fun to drive, but why doesn't it turn?
Hey, I picked the Bentley in my other league, so I wouldn't know anything about fast cars.
Oh, the Bentley. You gotta love a Bentley.
Oh no, it's fun.
It's fun to drive.
But holy hell, it's a handful. So right now it looks like Scott Chin is actually really improving on his time. He's about 3 seconds up.
Yeah, unfortunately that won't move him anywhere, but it is good to see him getting a better lap in. Brubaker's still having issues keeping that car on the track.
Yeah, I think some of it is he tries to do too many things at once. If you're new to a track or anything, I don't know. I feel like the best thing to do is to just be consistent and then try to go fast.
Yeah, they say drive slow laps, and then once you can get to where you can stay on the track, then start trying to add some more speed to it.
Yeah, exactly. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And unfortunately, as of now, he's none of those things.
Well, he's slow.
True. But
so
not smooth.
He's got one of them. And he could be fast in a straight line, but it's getting around those corners that's killing him.
Yeah, and I think he'll get there. He just needs more practice. I think somebody
He's
was
just
it you that mentioned he just turned off the racing line about a week ago. So
well, that's the great thing about this league is the AM class is there for reasons, good for learning, and you've got all these faster guys you can pick their brain and kind of see how they do things, watch the replays back and see their lines. Lots of learning opportunity out there. And everybody is very welcoming and they'll help you. You know, if you got a question, just ask and somebody will have an answer. But no change to the leaderboard, so Dorsch is still sitting way out in front in that Audi.
yeah, let's see if Brubaker can do a valid lap here. And he does.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
You love to see it.
I'll consider that a win.
I mean, he's not too far off the pace. Like, he can battle with Chin and possibly Boustron. You know how Peter is with his consistency. But I don't know what Keith is doing right there.
And we actually got Duran that's putting in really hot lap, about a second up on his last one, so he should move up to P2 if he can hold this together about halfway through here.
Man, his car makes me want some Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, or M&M's.
Like the orange and yellow and black. I've been having a conversation with one of my friends about Reese's and peanut butter and stuff for like 2 days. And I think I'm gonna have to go to the store later.
It's funny, the only ones I ever have are the ones that come out seasonally, like the Christmas trees and the Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, the Easter egg, yep.
Yep. And maybe I'm crazy, probably am, but I swear they taste different than the regular peanut butter cups.
Drained into P2, just jumped Bruce.
Yeah, about 600ths of a second up. That's
Bruce in the pit, so he's not going to be able to improve. Dorsch is sitting in the grass. Now he's back to the pit.
It was Duran going for another one. He is about 3/10 up on his last one. He does have time. As long as you cross the line before 20 minutes, you're more than welcome to finish your lap.
Yep, he's allowed to finish this one.
And he's of the 3 cars still on track, he's the only one that's up. Keith Brubaker's actually, as I say that, about his 10th up on his last time. So he's finding some time. Oh, no.
Is my timing screen correct? Is Peter 32 seconds down on his lap?
Yes.
Okay.
At least that's what
just making sure that was correct. I don't know why he's not just putting that car back in the pit. There he goes.
And as you say that, he is.
Driving it in like a pro. Good job, Peter.
So the AMs are going out on track for their outlap. As they do that, let's see what the silvers, what the silver standings are. So in first, we got Andrew Rados. He's a newcomer this season in that Lexus. He's been pretty quick. I think at our first race in Bathurst, he was giving the front runner some trouble. Lukey in second. Hasn't won a race yet, but he's been consistently up there, so sometimes consistency wins championships. Chimilio in third. Again, one of the quicker silver guys. He's been improving quite a lot lately. Daniel Bradford in fourth. Curzon fifth in the Nissan. Guillerme in sixth in the McLaren 650S, of all things. That is really impressive.
Challenging himself.
Yeah. Blaine Hall in the McLaren 720. I think he actually missed our first race, if I'm not mistaken. He joined in the second one, so he actually picked up a really good result to jump all the way up to 7th. Same with Victor in the Ferrari. And then we have Colin and Austin, who unfortunately were not able to attend the first 2 races, and I don't think they're here today either.
Austin Clark is here today.
Yes, he is. That's right.
He's a musician. He has an album out. I don't know if you knew that. Linked it in the chat for everybody the other day. So I'll be interested to see how he does, because I don't know anything about him.
No, other than he dropped a fire album.
There you go. I haven't listened to it yet, but I mean, the cover art's pretty legit.
Yeah, I think he mentioned he commissioned somebody to do that, which I know nothing about art.
I mean, if I'm going to put out an album, I'm going to pay somebody to do. I'm not going to do my own cover art. That would be horrible Photoshop.
But Brian Curzon is going to be the first one to put down a lap here, as he goes through the final turn and down the main straight. And the Godzilla. I guess it's old by now, GTR. I can't tell with these GTRs. They've been around since, what, 2008?
Right.
They all look the same.
It looks like Lukey is the first one on a flying lap.
Oh, that's right.
He's got a couple cars ahead of him, but they are on their out lap. Or they've been validated. And Lukey is the first car on track with a clean Delta. I think he's painting his car a different color every race. Because it was eggshell last week, right?
Right, yes.
So now he's orange. But yeah, he last week at Suzuka had that unfortunate incident. I believe it was lap 2? Coming into the hairpin.
It was
got rear-ended by Rados and spun. Felt like he had a lot of pace. I mean, he's sitting P2 in the championship, but he hasn't won a race yet. So, but the points difference with the spread that we have for the points table, like all you need is one win, and you can jump quite a bit.
And he eats the sausage on the entry of that turn there, and he goes wide on the next one, and he's about to stuff it in the wall.
Yep. He'll be happy with that. Back in the pit, get a new car.
Yep.
Fix whatever setup problem you just had.
So now we got Blaine and the McLaren. Again, one of our newcomers. He's actually improving on his last one. He put down a 1:43.7 on his last lap. So just for some reference, I believe Alien qualifying time around here is 1:39, which, let's be honest, that's Alien time.
Yeah.
Race pace, we're looking at about 1:41, 1:42 for the pros. And then add a couple of seconds as you go down the splits. So qualifying, I would expect to see 43s, 42s maybe even out of the silvers. And then 40s and 41s if you're a little slower out of the pros. And then if you're
I think Lukey and Rados and Hall and them, they can probably get down possibly a high 42.
Yeah, right now it looks like whatever.
Favaro is a second up on his time. If he can bring that in, that'd put him P2.
Well, he just hit some traffic. So that's going to slow him down quite a bit. No, not that much. Still a second up. Maybe he's using that draft of that McLaren to get a bit of a boost. I mean, he's only 0.06 of a second behind Chimilio.
I mean, that's all you need for
a 313 at Le Mans. I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bradford's flying out there too.
Just hit me what you just said. That's hilarious.
313.994.
994. Fastest lap of the race in a 24-hour Le Mans.
Curious.
A couple of Astons on top of the board there.
Yeah, I mean, the Aston's always a safe bet. And I don't think the AMs have enough experience, maybe, to really take everything out of that Audi.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Aston's going to be fast on pretty much every track. I can't think of one where it's not good. Maybe Laguna. Maybe.
I mean, the time difference between 1 through 5 is less than half a second. That's a really packed field there.
Yeah, no, you'd like to see that. It means they're evenly matched, and we're going to have some spiciness going into turn 1.
And in saying that, Hall is a second up on his time.
Yeah, so that will jump him easily to P1.
He's coming across now. Wow, that's 42.7.
Yep, that puts him squarely in P1, a half a second away from Chimilio, who is 2 tenths up on his last time, which is not going to be good enough to put him in first as of yet.
Rados jumps to P2.
Yep, still about half a second behind Haldo.
Blaine Hall, our first driver into the 42s.
I'm actually surprised to see Curzon this far back.
You're slow. You'll get there. You're being so hard on yourself.
We were all slow.
That's Keith Brubaker in the chat saying he's slow.
I'm still slow.
You're also brand new to sim racing, so.
See, I thought I was fast until I did what'd you call it? A sweaty boy race?
Yeah, the
iRacing.
sweats.
And then I saw what real alien times look like, and then I realized, holy shit, what am I doing here?
Yeah, we thought we had fast guys, and then we were 6 seconds off of the pace. Oh. Good time on the track? Yeah, dude, you gotta practice, man. You're racing against guys who have probably been doing this for years.
Lukey's flying out there.
Yeah, really Lukey half a second up on his time.
I mean, he was flying before too, but then he just happened to hit a sausage and then spin the next turn.
He on his way down the hill, half a second up.
Yeah, still nobody can touch Hall up in first. It was actually about...
Favaro jumped quite a bit. Like, he jumped up into P2.
So Lukey technically does have the time to put in another lap if he so chooses, but this should actually be enough to get him P1. And it does.
There you have it. 700ths of a second.
So this is going to be Hall's last lap, and he's actually about 7 tenths down, so I don't think this is going to count for anything. So he is going to remain in P2.
Yeah, his delta's dropping.
Favreau's not improving on his last one, so that one is going to stay as it is.
Emilio's about even.
Yeah, no, he just lost it. So it looks like we have our silver grid set.
Lukey slides it out, just parking on the side of the road. All brings. You love to see him drive it into the pit instead of just parking it and teleporting back.
Just makes it more realistic.
Yeah, there's something, the professionalism there.
Yeah, so as the pros go out on track, quick look at the standings. No surprise. I'm not even going to say it. Alvarado in first. Moving on. Carl Diggins second. Greg Billingsley, a newcomer. I haven't heard much about him. I don't think he's in Discord all that much, but he's in third. Groom in fourth in the Lambo. He likes that Lambo. He's pretty quick. Nick and the Bentley. Love to see a Bentley in the pro split. Ferris, who had a really forgettable race at Suzuka. Paul Miles in seventh, ahead of Thiago. So I'm sure this is going to feed some of Thiago's, see, I told you I wasn't that fast. Brendan McVeigh down in ninth. He's had a couple of rough races in that Porsche. I know at Suzuka he struggled quite a lot. Apparently had the wrong setup loaded. Dylan Beveridge in 10th, and then bringing up the rear is Dylan Sauer, who had some really good racing at Suzuka. He was just cutting through the field, man on a mission. So who is first on track? Let's see.
Mr. Alvarado.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore him again.
And then you've got Ferris directly behind him. So we have to talk about a couple of these guys. Like Nick, Tiago, they were some of our teammates for the 24 Hours Le Mans last night. They finished up super early this morning, and they did a lot of hours. And Nick has been complaining about his hands hurting and his feet and things like that. So I wonder if that'll come into play or if he's just going to gig a Chad and run away again.
Oh, Ferris gets a little squirrely coming out of that turn there, so he's gonna lose some time. Possibly even invalidate.
Yeah, he's invalidated that one.
Yeah, he says that. I think it's all mind games.
He's setting the expectation low. That way he can come in and just walk away again.
Right. Like, oh no, I'm so slow. But are you though?
Yeah. I'm going to be terrible because my hands hurt. But he used to drive with a mouse and keyboard.
Right. Yeah.
Lukey in chat saying his arms hurt from playing with his new wheel. Just got a new direct drive wheelbase. So he's getting the growing pains of using muscles he didn't know he had to use for sim racing.
You know what? Really, I didn't really. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because my right arm muscles are weaker or something. But doing NASCAR and iRacing, because you have to always hold a wheel left.
Oh yeah,
it just kills me. Like it starts to hurt my shoulder.
Yeah, I've been working on my my oval license and doing the really, really small tight tracks to where you are just constantly, there's like no straightaway at all. Yeah, my shoulders kill me at the end of those.
Yeah, and I mean we've done 24-hour races where I've done 2-3 hour, 2-3 stints in a row, and it's not that bad, but for some reason a 20-minute race and iRacing and ovals just kills me.
Yeah, we drove for an hour and a half at a time last night in the 24-hour Le Mans.
Yeah, and
you're fine at the end of it.
Turned up pretty high on that Porsche because you have to really feel where the grip is, and nothing.
Yeah.
Although my left leg was sore.
We got Groom P1, Alvarado 6 thousandths of a second behind him. There's that 6 thousandths of a second again. Carl Big P3.
Yeah, but Alvarado's already about 1/10 up on his last time, so
yeah.
Going. So he's going to move into P1 right now. Unless he gets teleported out of the server somehow.
I googled the admin commands for adding ballast and I guess reducing horsepower, giving him a restrictor.
Oh.
And I told him I was going to use them on him. And he's like, well, I'm already BOP'd from doing 24 hour Le Mans.
Yeah, but so is Tiago. That's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not a fair assessment. I'm actually interested how the restrictor works. I know messing with the weight for a lot of these cars, especially the Honda, because it's so twitchy and unstable as it is, will ruin the balance, but I'm actually kind of curious if giving him some restrictor plates and reducing his horsepower would help even a little.
Yeah, I think it just kind of slows you down a little bit.
I mean, that's what he needs. 5 fewer horsepower per race win.
Yeah.
I mean, that should just count for everyone.
At the end of the season, he'll be riding a lawnmower.
He might as well just drive a GT4.
Yeah. So Alva's into P5. Not too far off of Sadie. Sauer down to P10, Miles and 12.
Alvarado is still going faster, but then so is Groom. So Groom right now is about 0.6 up on his last time, so he's trying to get that. Oh, and Alvarado just lost the 4/10s he had.
Groom just slid her on the corner. I think he lost about a tenth.
Yeah, so this isn't going to be enough to put him in P1. but it will keep him or solidify him in P2. So now Carl has to come up with about half a second to move up.
Yep.
And Alvarado just parked it in the pits. He knows it's done.
Billingsley down in P16. He was a second and a half up. He jumps to P5. Edges out Alves.
Now Alves is where is he on track? Let's see.
He just started. He's going down to P1 right now. Carl half a second up. I don't even know that that'll jump him over Groom. So he needs to find some more time.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close.
Picked up another 10th.
Yeah, but then he kind of got a bad exit and lost.
Oh, it looks like he's invalidated.
Oh, he's
Trying to push to get every little bit. Sometimes it'll bite you. It's 86 tenths up.
Yeah, it gets a little squirrely going to the last turn here, but he's holding it, so he's going to move up to P2, I believe. Yep. P2
there
about 9 thousandths ahead of Eric Groom, who is about 1/10 up on his previous time. So he should move right back up into P2. Guess not.
Thiago's losing a little bit of time. He was about 2.5 tenths up, but he's lost a little bit.
Yeah,
he just had Beverage die in front of him.
He's still 2/10 up on my time. Well, about 10.5.
Yeah, he lost a little bit. He didn't have the best exit on that corner.
But at least
he didn't get to move past Big.
Put some distance between him and Billingsley, so...
It doesn't look like anybody on the timing sheet has got any improvement going on right now.
Dylan's about a 10th up. Yeah, I've got a couple of people about 1/10 up, but I don't think that's enough to move them higher than they are.
Well, McVeigh's found 4. Which that would move him past a couple silver cars and get him closer to Paul Miles. Beverage is half a second up.
Yeah, if Beverage can keep this, he's actually going to move up into P14 right ahead of McVeigh. Question is, can he hold it? Got a really good exit out of the hairpin. Dylan did.
McVeigh's invalidated, so his time is or not.
Yeah, and Beverage got a really good exit. Oh, he's almost a second up. I mean, if he can, again, hold us, he's going to break into top 10 easily.
Yeah, that'll jump him to P10.
So he comes in right in P13. Not bad.
Yeah, he lost a little bit.
We've got about 2 minutes to go here until the race start. Let's see. So many things to keep track of. So, one thing I'm looking for, especially on lap 1, is this bad boy right here.
Yep.
This sausage is the death of many of people.
She's gonna catch some people out today.
Yep, they're coming super fast down this kind of a soft left-hander here, and then tap on the brake, and then you want to get as close as you... Whoa, I am under the track. There's a tunnel down here.
Wait.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Things that ACC wastes time with and nobody cares about.
Blinking lights on helicopters. Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to get as close to that sausage where you don't want to hit it, because if you hit it, it's going to bounce you and just throw you either into the gravel, best case scenario, or worst case scenario into the wall. So I am curious to see if anyone's going to hit that today. ACC ate my mouse. And now it will not give it back. Fantastic. Thanks, Kunos.
Yeah, it won't let me go back to the garage. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Me neither. Technical difficulties on lap 1. What's new?
Right? May have to like quit the server and come back in.
There we go. I got it. It was a weird little glitch. I'll submit a bug report. I'm sure they'll fix it.
Oh yeah, they'll get right on that one. Alright. Back on the server, I can actually use my stuff now. Well, you love to see 3 silvers in the top 10 after qualifying.
Yeah, and I know Luke is going to try and get past Thiago as soon as the green lights, or as soon as the lights go green, so he's not going to be waiting around.
Yeah,
I know
Lukey.
Ferris is looking to jump Nick at the start.
Yeah, they've got to figure out something to slow Nick down. It looks like right now it's Ferris and Groom are just mugging him. Play those mind games as Groom drives into Nick's car.
As
saying hi.
As Paul Miles would say, some skin-on-skin action.
Ooh, there you go.
On. So as we go around the last turn, we got about 1 hour. Mandatory pit stop for tires. Refueling is optional, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, 1 mandatory pit stop. You have to take tires. You can run a full tank of fuel and make an hour race if you want to. But if you're going to stop for tires, you might as well run about a half a tank, just so you're lighter. Rados jumping to the inside right off the bat, trying to get by Big on the right side, which I don't think is going to work for him because the first corner is a left.
And we already got some yellow flags being waved, or is that green?
Oh,
it's a green flag. And we already got a couple of incidents here. Looks like we got Big involved in an incident.
Yeah.
Hall and Beverage. Wonder what happened there.
If I can find that one.
Yeah, it looks like Hall is still going in that McLaren. I don't really see any damage on him. Big looks like he's still going. Dropped a little bit down to 5th. But so far, clean first lap. Which is always good to see. Kyalami gets a little tight around T1. Alves moving up a spot into 4th.
It looks like it was Alves. So I've got that replay pulled up.
Alright, let's see what happened here.
Because you got I mean, 3 wide, and then Alves is on the inside, and it looks like Big kind of gets sandwiched between Alves and is that Billingsley
Yeah, I think
in
that
the
looks like
Lexus?
Billings in the Lexus.
So he's got a little bit of scrape down this. I don't know if he'll have too awful much damage, but that'll be looked
Yeah.
at by the stewards.
Yep, we don't really do live stewarding. All the stewarding is done post-race and penalties are applied to the points.
Penalty review, that's what I meant. That
Penalty
puts
review
Alves up into
stewards.
P4.
Yeah, Alves is up into P4. Ferris is actually right up on Alvarado.
Yeah, he's gonna have to stick with Alvarado. You can't let him get away. You gotta put pressure on him. I mean, it doesn't really do anything, but as we all know, Nicholas has a tendency to kind of clown himself every once in a while. So if he does make a mistake, you have to be there to take advantage of it. Other than that, that little T1 scrape with Alves and Big and Billingsley, pretty clean lap.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other incidents. Looks like there was something going on with Oliveira.
Yeah, I think he had a run off.
Yeah, nothing too major there. Single car incident.
Still waiting on ACC timing to catch up.
Mine's actually caught up this time. I'm pleasantly surprised. Yeah, so we got a train going on here. We got Favreau, Hall, and Miles, Sauer, and then Lukey leading that whole pack. All within probably 3-4 tenths of each other.
Yeah, your front 3 have kind of pulled away. They got about a 1.5-second gap on P4 on Alves.
Yeah, and Alves is going to let Big by. We all know that.
Sadie is harassing Nick right now. I don't know, because Alves sent it up on the inside on the Big, so I don't know if he's going to let him go. Because that was a really aggressive move for Tiago.
Yeah, and you love to see that.
It's not something he normally does, but good on him for putting it out there.
Yeah, and Groom is all over the back of Sadie. As you go up the hill into the hairpin. I love this corner. It's such a hard corner to hit right. Blind entry, blind apex. Kind of a blind exit.
Miles is having some issues here.
Yeah, it looks like he actually fell down quite a bit. I don't see anything on the incident tracker, so I don't know if he just...
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if he had an off or something.
But he got passed by virtually everyone that was behind him.
Oh yeah, he had a big off. Got that pulled up if you want to see Miles going to play in the sand for a little bit. Comes into that left-hander, the back end. I don't know if it was the back end or the front end, but something just lets go. And good on him for not just jumping right back on track, letting people go by, rejoining safely. But he's got in his Twitch chat or in his Twitch stream that he's struggling with that car here. So that's showing early.
Yeah, Mercedes is not that great around, especially those slower speed corners where you need to get kind of brake and turn at the same time. It doesn't really do that. It's very much a brake in a straight line, slow corner. And as I say that, I saw 2 people on the side of the road there.
Beverage. So Beverage Beverage pit at the end of lap 2. drove into the pits. I don't know if he didn't put fuel in his car or something, but he's back on track in last plate. Driving very, very slow.
Yeah, it looks like the field's sort of spreading out a little bit. Groom actually got past Sadie, so he's up into second now. And Sadie's right behind him, trying to get that spot back. Nick is still comfortably cruising in first, about 1 second up now on the rest of the field. And then you got Big got past Tiago.
Yeah, Big got past Tiago. Now he's got to figure out how to chop down that 3-second gap that he's got.
Yeah, he's got huge gap to go in front of him, so that's going to be tough. Further down the field, though, Dorsch's is all over the back of Bradford.
All over Bradford, yeah. So that's an Am and a Silver going at it right there.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he has the speed going into the turns and out of the turns. It's just a matter of, this is a hard track to pass on. You only really have 2 opportunities, the way I see it, is out of, or into turn 1. And then if you're really brave, going into the last turn.
Yeah, you can try to outbrake somebody going to that final hairpin. Through. Everybody's steering way around that sausage.
Yeah, you
I haven't
really
seen
don't want to
anybody even take a chance of hitting that curb. Because normally you see guys, they'll try to get the car right on the rumble strip, but miss the sausage. But everybody here is leaving tarmac between their tires and that rumble strip.
Boostron looks like he got past Curzon on the last lap. So he's up into P20 now. Curzon is struggling a little bit at this track, all the way down in 21st. Had a pretty good turnout today also. I think it's 26 people. Somebody must have dropped out.
I don't know who we lost.
Hard to tell. I should screenshot it next time.
Yeah, if we were... What happened with Lukey? Why is he down in 18th?
Yeah, he has a lot of front end damage. Looks like he had an incident with Peter. Car 26. Oh no, Peter had an incident with Oliveira. Yeah, I don't see anything on the tracker for Lukey, so whatever it was a solo.
Oh. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh, he got... That's unfortunate. Okay, so I've got it pulled up. It looks like Sour. We're going to have to watch for a minute because Sour... All I saw was Sour sliding and spinning.
Oh, no.
And then he collects Lukey. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can do. No.
Nothing. But that's 2 races in a row that Lukey has been pretty much wiped out.
Yep, through no fault of his own, too.
It may have been Sour that we lost.
Yeah, I think... No, he's in the pit lane. But I don't know if he's still connected.
Oh, he drove into the pits and I believe he left. That one corner, we've seen Miles go off, we saw Sour and Lukey have an issue there. When I was watching the replay, it looked like Bustron was off in that corner as well. People are struggling with that corner.
That's a lot of the turns on this track are difficult to get right.
Kind of weird apexes and a little bit of off camber and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Rados is kind of hounding McVeigh here, and Miles up ahead of him. Miles has made it all the way up to 9th again. That's good to see. But now he has to hold off McVeigh and Rados. And Rados is really quick in that Lexus. Ferris made it back past Groom again, so he's up into 2nd. I actually put about 3 seconds between him and Groom. So I'm guessing Groom made a mistake or went off a little bit, because now he's fallen back into big, about 1 second ahead.
We have an incident showing between Rados and Favaro. Trying to figure out what that is. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so I've got that one pulled up. Coming down towards the sausage. Looks like Favaro hits it and goes off. And comes back on. I mean, that's okay, but then coming into the corner.
Yeah,
collects Rados.
And good on Rados for... I was going to say good on Rados for holding his brakes, but...
Yeah.
He almost took out McVeigh there.
Favaro spinning his car around almost killed Bruce Hopkins, so...
Yeah, he probably has some damage. He should get to the pits and repair that before he takes out someone.
So the sausage claims its first victim. Jeff puts Favaro right behind Bruce Hopkins. They come back down towards the sausage. Favaro leaves a lot of space there. Not gonna do that again.
Once bitten, twice shy, or something like that, right?
Yeah. Not sure that's a thing. So we got Victor in the pit. I don't know if he had damage or if he's just trying strategy.
Massive undercut.
Look at this, Rados, McVeigh, and Miles. Wasn't this the train that we had at Bathurst? These three all just packed together? Because Rados was trying to get past Miles and McVeigh was just sitting off the back end waiting.
Yeah, I remember
for
Rados
forever
and
at
Miles
Bathurst.
Just going at it.
So here we are again. And Rados, I don't know if he's going to have damage from that Favaro hit. It doesn't look like it's slowing him down.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have some damage. You can kind of see it on the left side of the car there. I don't know. I don't think it's enough. This isn't really a aero-dependent track. So whatever damage you have, it's not going to hurt you all that much. But yeah, he's trying really hard to get past McVeigh. It looks like he's being held up quite a bit. And McVeigh into the pits. That is interesting. Undercut, damage, quali fuel. Didn't want to be caught up in a battle.
Maybe his tires are just too hot. I mean, this race is taking place in South Africa at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's a pretty warm track.
34C. Keep an eye on him. Maybe he just didn't want to be in that battle.
Maybe.
Hit now and get out of it and
get some clean air.
Leave Rados and Miles to go at each other. There's Sadie all over Nick Alvarado. Not giving Nick any room. He's not going to be able to walk away this race. I'm waiting for the headlight flash.
I'm waiting for one
He's
of them
got
to
to
hit the
run on him.
sausage.
Going to try it around the outside. Go for the undercut. Side by side.
No, he's got the inside.
Sausage corner. Nick gets a little squirrely.
I mean, he left the space.
Side by side into the final corner. Sadie's going to try to undercut, but Nick blocks him. Well defended by Nick Alvarado. And Sadie will have to try to do it all again.
Yeah, let's see if he outbreaks him going into T1 here. I mean, this is one of those best opportunities you have to pass somebody, but it doesn't look like he has enough speed.
Yeah, he didn't get a good enough run out of that final corner with Nick blocking him there. So that really hurt him.
Yeah, and Groom is just sitting behind him, just waiting for them to take each other out.
Yep. There's a flash.
I'm sure that's been happening all race long.
Oh, yeah. And that's allowing Carl Big to catch up. He's chopped about a second and a half off that gap that he had. Thiago's still sitting P5, just kind of cruising there.
I mean, he's got 5 seconds to Billingsley, so he's not worried about anything.
Rados is still on Miles. Not giving him any breathing room either. The rest of the field pretty spread out.
Yeah, we got Oliveira kind of close to Clark here, and that I'm amazed of that McLaren. I have never seen anyone actually race that car seriously.
That 650S, man.
But I mean,
we asked him about it. We asked him if he meant to pick it, and he said, "Yeah, I kind of wanted a challenge, see if I can make it work." And he's all over Clark with it.
Yep, and Rado's still all over the back of Miles. It's just a hard track to pass. Hard track to get really any opportunities, and like we saw in the previous 2 races at Mercedes, I mean, you can't keep up on any straight. So the only chance you have is in a braking zone.
So Favaro just came out of the pit. He's going to slot in behind Eric Groom. Not for position, but I think he's getting that damage fixed. Sadie right up behind Nick.
There's the flash again.
Every time that Sadie feels like he's going to get a run, he's going to flash Nick. To be like, I'm coming for you.
I mean, by this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he just bounded to his steering wheel turn or something.
Yeah. Bind it to your brake pedal.
Every time he gets close, though, Nick just kind of pulls away. It looks like Keith Brubaker hit a wall, so he's out.
Yeah, he's been in the pit for a while, I think. Couple laps down already. Obviously, we have Nick out front in your pro class. Blaine Hall sitting P1 in silver.
Yeah, he's
having a really good race.
8 seconds on Chimilio, so it's not even close.
Yeah, he's got 6 seconds ahead of Billingsley. You got Durand leading the AM class with Bruce a couple seconds behind him. Sadie just does not have a good enough run going down to turn 1.
Oliveira gets a little loose trying to chase down Clark.
Oh, coming up to lap traffic, we got Keith Brubaker getting flashed by Alvarado. Top 3 get by nice and clean. Good job, Keith.
Oh, and Groom is caught up now, so there's like a bit of a 3-way battle at the top here.
Yeah, it's a good 3-way battle. We got Rados is going to try something here. Go down into T1. Rados on the outside. I don't know why he went outside there. Miles covered the inside really well.
Got to do the over-under.
So Rados is still stuck behind. That Lexus and that AMG.
Groom and Sadie are stuck behind.
Then Oliveira's still all over Clark. Open up a little bit of a gap, but he's still there. Yeah, Rados in the Lexus and Miles in the AMG. I mean, they're kind of similar cars. They're front engine, big motor cars. So there's not like a clear advantage one over the other. One of them's not a mid-engine.
And Alvarado gets... His exits are so much better than both Sadie and Groom. And Sadie gets a little wide there. Actually dives into the pit, so he's going to try and do the undercut. See if that pays off later.
Rados had a peak, but he's doesn't have a good enough run to do anything. Coming down towards the sausage.
Yeah, so now Nick up in front has a little bit of a breathing room. He's got about a second down to Groom in second place. Everywhere else though on the field, I mean, it's really spread out today.
Yeah, about a 4-second gap, looks like, for everywhere.
Yeah, closest battles pretty much was at the front, and then this one with Rados and Paul Miles. I like how Miles moves left into turn one to kind of cover off that inside.
Look at all the follows. Terminally Groovy, Overweight Joe, TJ Chris. Welcome. In the New World Sim Racing Round 3 at Kyalami of the Pint Series 5.
If you want to join the Discord, just type !Discord. I was half asleep when I did that in chat, and that should give you a link.
Sounds right. There it is. Mr. B sent us. But he's still racing. What's up, Colin?
You can talk and race at the same time, right? I think. I can't. I'm sure people can.
I can, to a degree. Like, I'll start reading chat, and then I look up and I'm driving in the grass. So, yeah, I know who Mr. B is. It's the guy who doesn't drive a black car anymore.
Well, I mean, Mr. B can be Mr. Blue.
Nick Alvarado in the pit.
So this is going to be interesting.
Hitting a couple minutes early.
Because now I want to see where Ferris comes out. So Ferris has
miles
clean
off into the grass.
Air in front of him.
Rados has got to run. Rados and Miles side by side out of the hairpin of the final corner across the line. Looks like Miles got into the grass after the sausage.
So I'm looking at Ferris here.
Edging ahead. Went into turn one.
Oh no. Ferris got wide.
Miles up the inside. Still side by side. Good clean racing there. Rados gets ahead. Just gets a better exit of the first corner.
Oh yeah, and he's running away with it now.
So that just comes down to Miles, I believe, made an error. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, and further up the track, it looks like Nick actually managed to get out in front of Sadie. So now they're still... God, he's right on his bumper. I suspect if he didn't go off wide into the second to last turn, he would have caught him out of the pits. But he made that one tiny mistake, which gave Nick just enough time to come out in front of him again.
Yeah, it looks like Miles got a little bit wide. Got a replay pulled up. It comes down towards the sausage. Just takes it a little too wide.
Yep, that's the same.
It looks like Rados almost follows him, and they go too wide into the corner.
Yeah, that's the same mistake that Ferris did one lap, or on this lap, which let Alvarado get past him in the pits. Those little off tracks, they'll get you.
Yep, that's all it took. One mistake. But Paul Miles into the pit, so
Yeah, so he has a chance here, because we know that Rados does have some damage, whether he chooses to fix it or not.
Purple GTR. Sure.
Is it purple?
Probably one of those blue, purple, like right on the line.
Yeah.
You know, people with one eyesight will say that it's blue, and somebody else will say that it's white.
Well,
Whatever that dress
it's a
thing
gold
was.
GTR. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
It's white and gold, not black and blue
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's what it was.
I have my monitor colors
Nevertheless,
inverted, so yeah.
he hates purple. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Well, whatever color it is, he's got it up into P2 right now before his pit stop.
Yeah, so I wish...
Colin, how's he been doing with that in practice?
So Groom up in first is about 55 seconds in front of Nick Alvarado. And I know pit stop takes about, well,
30
pit
seconds.
stop itself takes 30 seconds, but I'm not too sure how long the entry and the exit is on this track.
Yeah, the entry's a little tricky because you got that hard left.
Yeah, so you gotta do your braking way before the entry and hope to God that you applied enough brake till you don't hit the wall and get unnecessary damage there.
Bear's just going to try to make a run here. You got about the same exit. He's just not getting enough suck down the straightaway.
Yeah, peaks outside. Alvarado covers up the inside. And going into turn 2, turn 3. I mean, there's no passing here really. You just gotta stay behind him. And somebody goes wide. One of the back markers.
Bruce Hawkins.
Turn 3.
That's your P2 and AM class. Bruce Hawkins in that AMR.
Yeah, Nick actually kind of cuts the inside of Sunset a little bit. Kicks up some dust. Going down to the S's. This is one of my favorite parts on this track.
Dylan Beveridge off the track against the wall before the sausage. His car is toast. Looks like he just overran the corner and sent it into a wall, so he's going to put that in the pit. So his horrible season in that McLaren continues.
It's a tricky car. It's if you don't have a good setup, it's really unstable.
Thiago Alves is in the pit. So most of your pros are pitting early.
Yeah, now Alvarado's stuck behind Hopkins. Hopkins went a little wide in that last turn, so it's going to give Sadie another chance to kind of catch up a little bit going into the last turn here. That's going to be enough. Thank you, ACC spotter. I will keep pushing. I'm actually
I just want you to do your best.
Thanks, Dad. Not enough speed on that Audi down the straight to catch Nick.
Colin says we have so many solid drivers now. It's awesome to see. I agree. Like the quality of driving for the most part and the competition level it's fantastic.
Hey, we're always trying to get more people in, so if you know somebody or if you want to drive, if you've been trying to dip your toes but you think you're too slow or you think you're too fast, yeah, just join the Discord.
We don't have a too fast rule. We don't have a too slow rule.
Nope. It's...
Oh, Lukey wide. So we got Favaro. Dorsch's catch him to Lukey, I'm sorry. And Lukey ran wide coming into that final corner. But not enough to where anybody could do anything. That's a little 3-car battle that's fixing to happen.
Yeah, looks like Nick's put a bit of a distance now between him and Sadie. Like half a second. Yeah, he's been flying out there. Last lap 142.8.
Up on Durand here.
Yeah, and he's going to hold up Ferris quite a bit.
Oh no.
That's got to be frustrating.
Durand,
And Durand
Durand
dives
dumps
into the
into the
pits.
pit. Yeah, Ferris got a little squirrely coming out of that sausage corner.
Yeah, so Eric's still staying out. Still in first, but I think his lead's been cut down. Because now Nick is... well, it's about 55 seconds still behind him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how everything shakes out as the pit cycle kind of winded down here.
Yeah, but there's no more... there's only 2 back markers now between Nick and Groom. So, do you hope that he gets held up a little bit? Or who knows? I'm surprised he hasn't gone in, honestly, because I think Nick is lapping faster. So every second you stay out, you're just going to lose more time.
Yeah.
If you try to do the Verstappen strategy, which we all know doesn't work.
Yeah, Groom's running 42. He ran a 42.3 his last lap, and Nick ran a 41.7.
Yeah, now Ferris is 1
Nick and
second
Ferris
slower
are...
on the last lap, so he's getting left in the dust, sadly.
Fixing to catch up to Keith Brubaker here.
Yeah, further down the field, it looks like Favaro caught up to Lukey.
Yeah, Favaro and Dorcius are going to be putting some pressure on Lukey there. Lukey trying to have a recovery drive. Keith gets out of the way for Nick. Ferris catches him in the final corner.
That's
Nick manages to get by.
That's the second time he's caught up to somebody in the middle of a turn.
Yeah.
But such is racing.
Well, I mean, Nick's last lap was a 42.303, and Ferris ran a 42.345, so he didn't lose a whole lot. So they're lapping about the same pace. Alvarado, Sadie, Big, Alves, and Billingsley are going to be your top 5. Depending on where Groom comes out when he finally does decide to pit. Looks like McVeigh's pit strategy worked out really well.
And Lukey's still being hounded by Favaro. Now, I wonder if it's a visual glitch or he actually didn't fix his damage on that Porsche. It's kind of hard to tell.
On Lukey's car?
Yeah. It's always hard to tell with these games. You never know. Like,
I'm not sure.
he's been lapping right about the same as Favaro. 45.2,
Yeah.
45.2.
And I feel like that's slow for Lukey. I feel like he should be running faster than that, so he may still be carrying that damage.
All right, Eric in the pits. Looks like he just got dropped. Now, where is Nick? Oh, yeah, he's going to lose that spot. So he's going to slot up into third again.
All 3 of the ones that hadn't pit are now in.
Yep, Hall, Bradford. So it looks like everyone's gotten rid of their mandatory pit stops. Ferris still hounding Nick.
I'm happy to see that Nick didn't just get to have a Sunday drive today.
Blaine Hall coming out of the pits, last one. Oh, Bradford's still in there. Just nobody around him.
Keep an eye on this Favaro-Lukey battle here.
Yeah, the only 2 battles on track really right now are Ferris and Alvarado up in first and second, and then we got further down the line, Lukey and Favaro down in 15th and 16th. So Nick's going to come up on some traffic here. He moves out of the way quickly.
McVeigh. I don't know where Chameleon came from, but he is caught up to McVeigh and is
I mean,
pulling on him.
Yeah, McVeigh's weird pit strategy works. I mean, he's up in the 8th.
Yeah, he's gained quite a few spots, but I mean, we know about McVeigh. He's good in everything but ACC.
True, but he's ahead of Miles and Rados, and he was sandwiched between them before the pit stop, so he gained a couple of spots.
Chameleon at the inside.
Wide. And they go side by side down the hill after the hairpin. This is going to be interesting.
It's not leaving a whole lot of room there. Chameleon driving down the middle of the track, not giving Brendan any space.
Yeah, I mean, they're not fighting for points in their own respective splits, but still fighting for
Where did Groom come out? Did he come out in front of Sadie?
No, Groom actually came down
Sadie's
in second.
in P3 now.
And far back, he must have had an off.
I'm looking now. Oh no. I got it pulled up for you.
So he's chasing down
I'm gonna give you one guess as to what it was.
Does he eat the sausage? Somebody always eats the sausage. Oh
no, he avoids the sausage with the back end. Just let's go.
Oh, he got really lucky. He didn't get collected by Groom there.
Good on Groom and who's that behind Groom? It's a back marker, isn't it?
I think that's Clark, P20 in the Aston. I can't tell if he's running a special like custom livery and that's why his car's all black, or if he's the new Mr. Blackout. Yeah, I said it.
Alvarado's on a mission. Yeah.
Yeah, Rados is on a mission too.
Alvarado.
Hunting down Bradford now in the Porsche. So he got past a couple people before the pit cycle, but now he's fallen back quite a bit. Must have repaired his damage, took a long pit stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Rados fixed his damage. That's why he's lost so much. He took that pretty good side impact from Varro. Groom flashing Alvarado up in P2. Not close enough to do anything, but still sticking there.
Well, I just got to put some pressure on him. I don't know how good the Honda is around here. I know the Lambo is one of the better tracks for
Bruce Hawkins and Bjorn Duran side by side for AM lead. Bruce is going to back out of that corner. Good idea not to go side by side through the sausage corner.
Is Duran from Belgium?
I think so.
So I think those are the colors of the Belgian flag. I think.
1 second here.
To the Google. Or to the Discord. I don't know if it says what.
Bjorn Duran is from Belgium. Well, if you go to simracing.gp and you look at the user list, it has your flag next to your name.
That's right.
Bjorn Duran is from Belgium.
Yeah, so that explains the paint scheme.
Yep.
Or Reese's Pieces, which I now have an intense craving for.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, so Rados fell back a little bit on Bradford. Further down, we got Favaro and Luki still
all
going
over
at
Luki.
it. Oh, it's Favaro in the black Aston.
Yeah, that black and lime green.
Black and yellow. Or, man, my monitor,
is it yellow or lime
colors
green?
are... I don't know. My monitor's not calibrated.
Whatever it is, I like it. It looks nice.
I'm gonna say it's yellow because it's black and yellow, but who knows? It's a mystery. And Groom's still holding on to Alvarado there, about half a second behind. Not close enough to do anything, but not far enough to fall back either, so he's holding on.
Come up on Victor. Gonna try to make a move here
Well,
around
he
the
does around
outside.
outside, can he hold it though?
Side by side. Oh no,
gets a
don't
little
run off.
wide.
I don't know if he was worried about getting a little side contact there, so he tried to stay wide.
I think that's Thiago behind them. Just
Alves. Yeah, Alves is going to be looking to get by here.
see, this is what I want to see from Alves: aggressive driving, fast as
Get
we
up in
can.
there.
Don't give any space. You know,
Flash
I mean,
him.
be clean, but
Yeah.
no, none of this. Like, oh, you're faster. Go past me. No.
Yeah, but he's not going to want to disrupt this battle too awful much, but he does need to get by. Like
Yeah, he needs to get by
wasting a
both
lot
of them,
time.
but he's gonna try and get
I mean,
the draft of
he's a top 5
Clark
car.
here. He's got about.
He's got a 20-second gap.
Yeah,
though.
so he's not in any danger. But now he's gonna get behind Clark and between Clark, sorry, and Victor. So
Yeah, but he's going to shoot by Victor here. Victor's going to let him go. Maybe. Ooh.
oh, and Victor goes
Clark going to
wide.
win out on this? Because that's going to put them side by side. Into that fast right-hander.
Well, if his team name is anything to go by, he is not going to win this battle. But yeah, I think this is the closest battle we have on track now. Well, Grumman still holding on to
Groom's close up a little
Alvarado.
bit there.
Both doing 143s last lap, so they must have caught some traffic.
And McVeigh was within a second of Chameleon, but he's dropped back a little bit now. Favaro still hounding Lukey.
Yeah, but if you're
Clark and
McVeigh, you have
Victor.
no reason to fight. I mean, different split. Because we have different point systems between splits, it makes no sense to try and battle and maybe get taken out, tap somebody, go into a wall. I mean, that's what happened to him the last couple of races, so I'm sure he just wants to keep it clean, keep it on track, finish the race.
Well, I mean, about 6 seconds up the track is Billingsley. But he's got Chameleon Hall, and then I think a back marker in between them. Yeah, so
Favaro
we've got
here is
Chameleon
trying-
Hall
Yeah,
and Brubaker. Beverage has crashed again. He was just yellow. He's back on track. I think he just had an off.
well, Favara's going to go up the inside into the hairpin on Lukey. Can he make it stick? I think that Aston's going to have a better exit going down the
Got him.
hill.
He'll definitely have better top speed. This is about the only place you're going to get to use it.
Well, they go side
He's
by side
ahead
down
on
the hill.
track.
So Lukey
But
has the
Lukey's not going to
inside.
back out of it. Oh, that's good clean racing right there. Coming down into the sausage. You cannot go side by side through here. This is going to be... Oh. So Favaro runs wide. Lukey gets a little loose.
But he holds it.
Favaro's got him, though.
That was a good pass. Took about half a lap, but made it stick, and that's what counts.
Good racing right there, boys. We got Rados on Bradford.
Yeah, Rados
Rados-
and Bradford, and they're slowly catching up to Miles.
Yeah, he's trying to get back up there to Miles.
Yeah, I think Rados and Miles have a little bit of a... They're developing a bit of a history here.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of an AMG Lexus rivalry there.
Even though they're in completely different splits. Doesn't matter. Track position's track position.
It's fun to watch, though. I don't care how many points you get, what split you're in, or what. Battle each other.
Groom still can't make anything happen. Oh, he
Oh,
gets,
he gets
wide into the
loose.
sunset. Yep.
We saved it, though. Good save from Groom.
And
Gather himself and quit driving in the grass.
I got about 13 minutes left, so if you're going to do something, now is the time to start really kind of
Yeah, he's-
hunkering down and trying to get past.
Yeah, because they're catching traffic. They got Nick just caught up to Dorsh's here. Hopefully, Dorsh is just going to move out of the way and let Nick go. See if Groom can get by him too.
Yeah, they both get by really quickly.
Good job, Dorsh.
He did. He lost a lot of time going wide into Sunset and then going wide into the turn right after, so.
All right, Rados.
Oh, he goes wide
Miles.
again. I think Groom's kind of overdriving a little bit.
Yeah, he's pushing, trying to keep up with Nick, and you just start making mistakes, and he's got to kind of relax and compose himself.
Rado's still trying to get past Bradford.
Oh, we have Brendan off.
Oh no.
And that's going to let Miles and that train catch up to him.
Oh, so the train is back in a different order.
Yep. Choo-choo, here we go, boys.
Now it's McVeigh, Miles, Bradford, and Rados instead of, what was it, Miles, McVeigh, and Rados?
It's those three, though.
Yeah, so now Bradford's caught up right to the back of Miles. So you got Rados behind you, you got Miles in front of you. You're not gonna get past Miles, that's for sure, because that AMG is just gonna pull away from you.
Got a bit of a replay for you on Brendan. As we know, last week at Suzuka, he was fell victim to the snap oversteer a couple times. And he gets a little wide. You can see somebody's been driving through the dirt there. They're coming into this next corner. The back end just kind of lets go, and it snaps on him again. And unfortunately, he's in the grass, and his car just rotates.
I mean, he did really well to keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, he did. But that's what allowed Miles and that train to catch up.
Yeah, so now if you're Bradford, Miles is definitely holding you up into turns. But you can't get past them because you can't catch up into straights. So you're kind of stuck in this worst of both situations. You got slow in the turns and fast on the straights, and you got a guy behind you that's, I don't want to say faster everywhere, but he's definitely, being held up by you at this point.
Yeah. 10 minutes to go. This is going to get spicy. Groom's lost about 2 seconds to Alvarado, so...
Yeah, that battle, I think, has been pushing a little too much.
Oliveira gets a speeding in the pit lane penalty, so he gets a drive through, so we get to do that one again.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He's been having a really good race in that McLaren.
It's 650.
I'm going down the straight. Rados is all over the back of Bradford, and he's going to try and make a move here going up the inside into turn one. Peeks around the outside. I don't think he has enough.
Going on the outside there is so tricky.
It is, but it sets you up really well for turn two. I mean, you can do it, it's just hard.
Yeah. McVeigh's pulling a little bit of gap on Miles.
Yeah.
He's trying. You don't want to be any part of that train. He's trying to get away here.
Yeah, can't pit a second time to escape it. So if you get caught, you got to live with it.
Oh, he just had some understeer issues going through that last corner there. That's giving Miles about a half a second back. Oh, McVeigh is getting loose everywhere. Miles is right on him now. McVeigh is struggling for grip out there.
So we got Miles on McVeigh.
Miles is going to dive around the outside, overshoots his corner.
Yeah, and he goes wide, way wide down to the hairpin.
Just did not brake. I don't know if he was going to try to go up the inside of McVeigh there, and his car just would not slow down.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't take out McVeigh.
Yep. So Miles loses out there, but he still has 13 seconds behind him to the next car, so he's not going to lose too awful much. And now we got Porsche, Lexus.
Porsche, Lexus, and the Porsche gets a better exit normally because it's grippier and in the slow turns at least it's much faster.
Yeah, but McVeigh's been having traction issues, so he's going to be slow through the corner, or even slower through the corners.
I
which
just
is going
don't
to
think the straight is long enough for that Lexus to really do anything. I think it's really close into turn one. Thought they might have tapped a little bit there.
Yeah, they are definitely racing bumper to bumper.
Yeah, that's about the only battle. We got Hopkins trying to make a move on Durand, a couple of spots behind them.
These guys
Hopkins
are sliding there.
Red, white, and blue American flag, Union Jack livery.
Heck yeah.
It is bright. He goes a little bit wide through Sunset.
That's the battle for the AM win right there. If he can get by Durand. That'll be Bruce going for the hat trick. He's already won 2 races this season.
Yeah. Yeah, he's won
He
2
wants to win
races,
the third.
and the more distance you can put between you and I think Lukey was in second place, and Lukey's further a couple of spots behind him. Oh yeah, Lukey's in silver, that's right.
Yeah.
Long night.
Oh no, we had an incident between McVeigh and Bradford.
Oh no.
See if I can find a replay on that one. I just happened to look down at my screen and they were spinning around in circles.
Huh. Yeah, so that puts both Rados and Miles by them. So they both lost a couple of spots there. Not in their split, though. Not in their class. So they're still in the same order they were. They're just further down in the track position. Just taps him on the back there. Let's see. Was that going into the sausage or before it?
I believe that's the corner before. That's the hard right-hander.
Yeah. And collects Rados for good measure, too.
Oh, yeah, Rados gets a little wing tap there.
Yeah, that was a brave move on Bradford's part. A little too brave.
Yeah. Run out of time and start looking for places to go. Unfortunately, people make mistakes and start getting desperate.
Yep. And then Groom's caught up to Alvarado again.
Are they going to make it interesting on the final laps? It looks like they're catching up to Lukey there.
Yeah, and Groom's all over Nick. He's like about to touch his back bumper there. Well, if you want to do it, you got about 3 laps to go. So this is the time.
Not as interesting, but we got Hall in P7, who's caught up to Billingsley in P6. Not for class position, but I mean, Hall's already gonna win silver. So I don't know that he'll try to make anything crazy happen here, but he's caught up to him really quickly.
Yeah, and Groom does not want to get held up by anybody right now. And Lukey goes wide to let them both pass.
Yeah, good for Lukey.
Yeah, you don't want to get between them. Yeah, so we got Favaro on the back of Durand, and then we got Hall on the back of Billingsley, and then Groom and Nick up in front here.
Yeah, Nick and Groom, that's the only battle for class position. Navarro's behind Durand, but that's a silver catching up to an AM. Groom's got about... Are they going to get 2 more? Maybe.
That's about
3 laps.
140. So yeah, I think 2 is about right.
Yeah, it looks like Hall is content to just kind of hang out behind Billingsley right now. Just kind of sitting anywhere half a second to about 7/10 behind him. Just kind of cruising around.
Well, this is the stage in the race where Nick sometimes makes mistakes.
Yep,
It's
and he's got pressure this time.
Yep, it's in the last couple of laps where he sometimes, I don't know if it's the Honda just not that good on used tires or what, but I've seen him do it a couple of races where he just
way
spins.
Before Groom.
Yeah, he did. So Groom has fresher tires.
Yep.
He might have, well, depending how if they did their fuel loads correctly, he might have less fuel too, but no, he's going to try and make a move on the inside, going down to turn 1. Is he close enough? Nope. Slots right back in.
We've got a car off ahead of him. That's Favaro. So they're going to be catching up to a slow car. So I think that was just a solo, maybe overcooked the corner on Favaro's part. He's back out and moving. You got Keith in the chat saying he doesn't know if Hall's position is going to stay right. I mean, if Hall ran into, he'll get a penalty. The review team will look at it, but you don't get an in-race penalty, so he'll lose points if it's deemed that he was at fault for an incident.
Yeah. So the position technically stays. You just lose championship points at that point.
Yeah.
Points.
Which is why we don't tell people to wait and let people back by, because you're going to lose points anyway. Yeah, Groom is the closest one. Yeah, good on Favaro just to get out of the way there.
Beep beep. 1 and 2 train coming through.
Yep, that's just good awareness and good back marker, responsibility. If you don't have anybody around you, just let these guys go, let them fight.
So it looks like we're gonna get one more after this one. Nope, this is the final lap.
Final lap.
So it's now or never.
Yeah, I don't know that Groom's got enough. Like, I love Nick to death, but I want to see him lose.
Don't we all?
Like, come on, Groom. Looking down the list, nobody else is doing anything.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the final standings, unless something odd like an accident were to happen. Alva's up into 5th.
Yeah, he's had a good race. Like, we haven't talked about him very much other than being aggressive towards back markers, and on the lap 1 incident, which is going to suck because he's going to get penalty points for that one.
Yeah, just had a really quiet race. 11 seconds behind 4, 20 seconds in front of 6.
I mean, he'll be happy with that. Alright, Grim, you got about 4 corners left.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to happen.
Minute. Yep, it was a good race, but just not enough in it.
So P1 and 2, Alvarado Groom, Ferris Sadie P3, Mr. Blue, Mr. Purple.
Carl had a pretty quiet race. I didn't really see much out of him today.
Yeah, after he got tapped at the beginning, he just kind of fell back and did his own thing for a while.
Alva's P5, Billingsley's going to be P6, with Hall right behind him at P7. Good job from Hall for winning silver today.
Yeah, Tremillia about 10 seconds behind them in P8. Rados P9. Miles and McVeigh. They always seem to finish around each other.
I would be interested to see what happened with Miles where he overshot that corner. Was he trying to late brake or let's go back and look at that after we're all said and done here. Bruce Hopkins is your winner in AM class, so he did get by Durand. Perez and Carl Big driving next to each other on the cool down lap. Al was back there behind him.
So Hopkins makes it, 3 for 3 now?
Yeah, Bruce Hopkins running away with AM class.
So I have a feeling at the end of this season we're going to do some adjustments up and down.
Yeah, I believe so. Look at the boys. Look at Ferris and Carl and Tiago here. I'd love to see these guys. Hey, there's Keith. Looking in chat, this car was effed. Should have repaired. Yeah, we were wondering if you were carrying that damage. Because it seemed like you lost like 2 seconds a lap. Yeah, you just got collected. Was it Sour that was spinning in front of you? There's just nothing you could do. So
yeah.
That's an unfortunate one.
It is, and I don't know if it's going to be anything other than a racing incident. I mean, it's tough, but...
Yeah.
So next week we are at Imola.
Imola's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Because Paul Miles should have a huge advantage there in that Mercedes. That car eats the curbs at Imola like nobody's business.
Oh yeah, jumping the chicane. He shouldn't have any issue there.
McLaren struggles quite a bit, so I'm going to be interested to see if Hall can basically repeat what he did tonight.
You know anything about the Honda?
No, because nobody drives it.
Other than Nick.
Yeah, I haven't really seen anyone use it. So, I don't know. I know Aston's pretty good. I know the Audi, again, is one of the weaker ones at Imola. Lexus is good. Bentley is good.
I think Carl should do well in that GTR. I think it eats curbs pretty well.
Yeah, the GTR is pretty solid around there, too. Porsche's going to struggle quite a bit.
Yeah, your front engine car should be able to handle those curbs pretty well.
But yeah, interesting
so that was
race.
A good race.
Not as exciting as last week, but pretty exciting nonetheless. Thought some people had some pretty good drives out there.
Green light, go.
I guess we will see everyone same time next week.
Yeah, and you guys in chat, keep it civil. That's what review team is for. So, and don't start accusing people unless you know what you're talking about.
Yep.
So, that's all I'm going to say. Just keep it out of the Discord. If you have an issue, you can contact an admin or a moderator, and it'll be dealt with. So,
all right. Thanks everyone for joining. See you next week.
bye.